Hey now, how you doing? My weary and leery friends, my good friends though. How y'all be? I'm uh, I'm having one of those days. I've had a solid weekend, I guess. Can't complain. I had some unexpected things happen. Surely they were unexpected. Yet we're gonna handle them as a as an adult handles things that comes their way. With that said, I'm not a felon, nor have I ever been convicted of any crime ever. Um, so to be accosted at the level of what is supposed to be a right that I amend in my mind as a privilege to be accosted on a level where now they're going to abridge that privilege for the next couple weeks until further notice is always amazing. However, I want y'all to tell me the last time you ever heard of a person by the police, not their wife or their girlfriend or whatever, get served with the temporary extreme risk protection order. Wow. That's all I can say about that. And the police, the Seattle police, Officer Hewitt in particular, is the petitioner, and I'd be the respondent in this case. However, y'all, don't worry about it. It's nothing. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Now that's off my chest. Um, been reading a lot of stuff in the Bible. Been reading a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things I want to go over. Um, hey, Tammy, as you can see, you're a moderator. As people speak up who are obviously the family, I'm going to moderate everybody today. I moderated you at the end of last week, but you there's no way you could have known that. I made you a mod. I just didn't. It didn't cross my mind to mod everyone while I was going to the end or whatever. But pretty much what happened was they hate me. Seattle PD hates me. They don't like the fact that I'm armed or was legally armed. Right now, I legally cannot have a weapon, so to speak. But that's never stopped me before. So before I say too much here, just know that it's going to be all right. This is the situation is fine. I wasn't nearly as calm about this a couple days ago, but I've come to my senses, so it's going to be okay. But um, yeah, there's a thing I want to read to y'all about King David, and I'll get to that in a moment. Very interesting when you analyze it from the point of view of after Absalom is killed. You see, I still can't stress the fact that the other children of David were taken effectively out of the way and out of the range of being placed upon the throne. Absalom has a huge, when I say he plays a huge part in this, huge part. You know, Joab, the captain of the host, this guy, he never ceases to amaze me, ever. I mean, it's like, the more I read about this guy, I'm like, this dude is such a bitch. And I mean, because nobody looks at like for example, I was reading in one of the things in the book of the Third Kings, and there's an instance where Joab grabs another. Excuse me, is it Second Kings? No, it's the Third Kings. No, it's Second Kings. Excuse me, Second Kings. Because King David is still alive. Anyhow, man, this shit is crazy. This shit is so crazy. Like, you're talking about one dude who single-handedly ruined King David's reign. And people can be like, oh, Joab was his right-hand man. He made sure nothing bad happened to David, this, that, and the other. No, it's because of Joab, Absalom was killed in the first place. Because he brought back Absalom with it in his mind that Absalom was going to do exactly what he did, which was go back to his original intent in his heart. Because not just Amnon deserved to die. See, y'all don't want to hear this. I love King David. Love King David. My father, my uncle. My uncle, my father. However, he deserved to die. When he didn't do anything about his eldest son laying with his daughter, which is a sin before the Most High. When he did nothing, he sealed the fate. He sealed the fate. That sealed the fate of the throne more than any one action by his inability to take action. Now, a lot of people don't read. Most of the dudes who were running with King David are not Israelites. Some of them are Shemitic, sure, but most of them are not Israelites. Like his closest dudes are not Israelites. Most of them are actually are Hamites. When you look at their true genealogy and the true blood, I mean a true Hamite, not a Middle Earth thing. Hamite may be mixed with some of that blood, but a Hamite most definitely. However, did anybody ever perceive that Nas, the king of the Ammonites, I never read and perceived until the other day that Joab, the captain of the host, is an Ammonite. I never perceived that. Never. He's a fucking Ammonite, dude. Now, he's a Hamido-Shemitic dude by nature. By nature, he's Hamido-Shemitic. By nature, he's mixed. So I just find it weird that you have one dude, once again, he's like a pre-adventure Paul in a way. Just that he doesn't have all the accolades. Because Joab has, and I'm gonna read this to you. This is crazy. Let me just go back real quick because this shit is crazy. And I mean, once again, for somebody else, maybe not. This is some crazy shit. Here we go, man. Here we go. And we're going to start at verse 3. And we're going to carry on from there. Verse 3. 2 Kings chapter 20. And David went into his house at Jerusalem. And the king took the 10 women, his concubines, whom he had left to keep the house, and he had put them in a place of custody and maintained them, and went not into them. And they were kept living as widows till the day of their death. And the king said to I want to say his name is Amasai. Amessai. Amasai. And the king said to Amasai, call to me the men of Judah for 3 days, and do thou be present here. And Amasai went to call Judah, and delayed beyond the time which David appointed him. And David said to Amasai, Now shall Sabi the son of Bakri do us more than Absalom. Now then, take thou with thee the servants of thy Lord, and follow after him, lest he find for himself strong cities, so will he blind our eyes. And by the word blind is escape our eyes. And there went out after him Amesi and the men of Joab, and the Kerethites and the Pelethites, and all the mighty men. And they went out from Jerusalem to pursue after Sabi, the son of Bochri. And they went, excuse me, and they were there by the great stone that is in Gabion. And Amasai went in before them, and Joab had or was girded about with a military cloak over his apparel, and over it it was girded with the dagger fastened upon his loins in its scabbard. And the dagger came out, it even came out and fell. And Joab said to Amasai, Art thou in health, my brother? And the right hand of Joab took the beard of Amasai to kiss him. And Amasai observed not the dagger that was in the hand of Joab. And Joab smote him, and Joab smote him with it on the loins. And his bowels, or stomach, or belly, excuse me, and his belly was shut out upon the ground. And he did not repeat the blow, and he died. And Joab and Abesi, his brother, and Joab and Abesai, his brother, pursued after Sabi, the son of Bakori. Now, if people are wondering why this dude just stood by and watched Joab kill his brother, it's because he made a mistake by not having people ready in 3 days. So I guess Joab took it upon himself to murder this man once again in cold blood. Cold blood. Cold fucking blood. I hate this. You guys have no idea. I hate this guy. Now I'm gonna read something to you. About this sorry bastard going forward. Don't feel good like he's done something good. Let me show you how not stupid Joab is. Joab knows right from wrong. You understand that? This guy fucking knows. And let me read it to you how right from wrong he knows. It's about 7 or 8 verses. So bear with me. I'm going to start at verse 14. And he went through all the tribes of Israel to Abel and to Bethmaachah, and all in Kari too were assembled and followed after him. And they came and besieged him in Abel and Permaachah. And they raised a mount against the city and stood close to the wall. And all the people with Joab proposed to throw down the wall. And a wise woman cried from the wall. And this is something else I want to talk about: the wisdom of women. How sensible a woman is compared to other dudes. And I'm not knocking dudes, but it wasn't a guy who thought of this. It was a woman. So let's go ahead and hit this point up too. And the wise woman cried from the wall and said, Hear, hear. Say, I pray thee, to Joab, draw near hither, and I will speak to him. And he drew nigh to her. And the woman said to him, Art thou Joab? And he said, I am. And she said to him, Hear the words of thy handmaid. And Joab said, I do hear. And she spoke, saying, and this is right by the words right there, they spoke a word among the first, saying, or a word of the old time, saying of old time, they said thus, surely one was asked in Abel and Dan, whether the faithful in Israel failed in what they purposed. They will surely ask in Abel, even in like manner, whether they have failed. I am a peaceable one of the strong ones in Israel, but thou seekest to destroy a city and a mother city in Israel. Why dost thou seek to ruin the inheritance of the Lord? Now check this right here out. This is how not stupid Joab is. And Joab answered, said, Far be it from me that I should ruin or destroy. Is not, listen, is not the case thus that a man of Mount Ephraim, Sabi, son of Bochri, by name, has even lifted up his hand against King David? Give only him to me, and I will depart from the city. And the woman said to Joab, Behold, his head will be thrown to thee over the wall. And the woman went to all the people, and she spoke to all the city in her wisdom. And they took, she One moment. Took the head off of Sabi, the son of Bokri, and took it away and threw it to Joab. And he blew the trumpet, and the people separated from the city, every man from him, every man to his tent. And Joab returned to Jerusalem to the king. What up? What up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm just going over some stuff about this guy Joab and how I don't appreciate him that much at all, really. Um, Here we go, though. One moment. So, two things. Let's go ahead and elaborate something real quick. Two huge things. Number one, I'm excellent. You know, I'm going through my own little nonsense or whatever. But you know, that is what it is. One second. It won't let me for some odd reason. I don't know what it is. Won't let me add you guys as moderators. One second, let me try it again. Okay, so let me add here. Okay, Roderick, let's try this again. Okay, there we go. You are now a moderator also. It just tried to act funny. I tried to add you as a mod, and then it took me to the live stream of white trash in the White House. I don't understand. But anyway, two things. One, let's talk about wisdom real quick and how it's a feminine spirit. So women naturally and normally have wisdom. And if the man that she's with has little wisdom or no wisdom, by trait of virtue, she's more wise than him. Did I say she has more knowledge or more understanding? No, but I'm going to say that her wisdom factor is higher. This is why a person can do wickedness who is wise. The wisdom and wickedness, when I say they fall hand in hand, they fall hand in hand because in order for a person to be truly wicked, you have to have wisdom to temper that. Otherwise, you're not going to live very long. Case in point, King Solomon. He's probably the best case of this. He lived a long life, and he did that which was wicked in the sight of the Lord. So, or evil, whichever one. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter to me. I'm not gonna split hairs over evil and wickedness. I think this idea of making everybody moderators makes it to where if any trolls come in here from now on, they can be y'all can just handle them. You can mute them, you can kick them, whatever, block them forever. I don't care. You know, that was my mind working overtime. That's the wisdom that I'm coming with right now. But back to the story is this lady had the sense to say, hold up, wait a minute. She said, what do you want, bro? Because I heard about you. You're Joab, right? Okay, what do you want? Because you do know that if you come in here, she said, I'm a peaceable. Really, what she did was she saved Joab from getting fucked up. I'm not sure if y'all even recognize that. She said, I'm a peaceable one of the strong ones in Israel. So she said, look, dude, out of all the people who go hard in this city, I'm a peaceable person. They know about me out here. She said, that's why I'm out here. Because one of these other niggas wanted to drop rocks on your head. Now, is that elaborated in here? No, it's not. But you have to assume if Joab and them were going to try to tear down the wall, that these people were going to do something violent to keep that from happening. So what did she do? As a woman who wants to see no further bloodshed and we'll end this the best way we can, she said, who do you need? All right, then. And it wasn't like what the dude had done was a small thing. He said he raised his hand against the king. Okay. Word is bond. Word is bond. He's got to go. So this is why Joab is smart because Joab realized the danger he was in. It only dawned on him because the woman came to you. Not one of the strong armors who wants to break your head open for being here for you want to press my city, nigga? Anyway, let me not even get all like that. But that was the idea. So when it all happened, Joab had two choices. Either I can say, forget what she's talking about. We tend to take the city anyway and possibly get pelted to death with rocks. Or what we could do is I could let her go in here. They already know who he is, where he's at. Bam. They're going to kill him for sure. So, and see, and the mercy of the lady of them cutting off his head or whatever, it didn't say she wanted to kill him. It didn't say that they wanted to kill the man. But what that does is that alleviates everything. You know for a fact he's dead. He can't escape from you guys' custody or something happened, and then you try to blame wickedness on the city, like, oh, we did something that has something to do with him being able to get away or whatever. Nope. He's dead already. Here's his head. Now carry on. You know, and people was, you know, I don't know, like if people really see it, you know, I don't know if people really see it, but like King David had so much he could have done, you know. Man, yeah, man. But you know what though? I try not to really get off my square like that. I really don't, because they're not face to face, and that's not good for me to get so excited about that kind of stuff. But I don't appreciate when dudes like them come around, you know what I mean, and then do that because when I say I watch a lot of live streams and I won't say anything and I'll watch to see what people are saying. And when I say I never see anyone get trolled like that, I never see it, you know. And the way it's looking now, I don't think there's going to be any today because it's just a regular Sunday night chat. There's no real subject to drop in on and try to yeah, some people do make us go that way. That is very true. That is very true. But shit, we all people, man. We just trying to make it, brother. You know that. You know, we just trying to make it. And this is another one right here. It says Joab was over, or he was to all. I pretty much Joab was over everybody, all the forces in Israel, right? Now understand this. When it's all said and done, if these dudes aren't Israelites and they're sleeping with Israelite women, they're not making Israelite children. You understand? See, what's funniest about this is that when you take into consideration uh Noah's sons being triplets, the genetic constitution of the triplets, that means that for a long time, everybody still looked the same. So a parasite would look like uh, um, an Elamite. An Elamite would look like um, a Philistine. You get what I'm saying? They just talk different languages. Some of them are obviously different in stature and the way that their body forms are built or whatever. But these are people who generally look the same. So this is why the blood mixing, when it was happening back then, wasn't, I'm not going to say it wasn't bad. It's just the people still looked the same. If I go and have a child right now with the Ethiopian chick, my kid's going to look just like me. As long as her brothers look anything like me or bearded Ethiopians, my child will look just like me. Facts. Facts. I meet Ethiopians all the time. I met a girl last night, Tammy. She thought I was Ethiopian. You always think I'm Ethiopian. I always tell them that my nose is too big, you know, and my face is too full. They always laugh because they think that's funny because it's true, you know. Because they don't know who they're looking at. They don't know what the hell they're looking at. Now, I want to touch on something real quick. Even after they did all that, right? Even after all that, there was a famine for 3 years over Israel. Now, during this time, David has to give up the seat of Saul to the Gibeonites, who are a de facto branch off of the Amorites. Now, this is another group of people whom the Most High said to kill all the way out. Can you dig it? But the Israelites did not. The Most High is merciful. When people do right by you, you are to do right by them. Doesn't matter now. If you make that oath, that's why the Most High tells you not to make oaths with people. This is why he tells you not to make promises to no one, because you have to do that. Doesn't matter. When the judge Jephthah said, Most High, if you give me victory, the first person to come up out my house, I'll offer him as a sacrifice. Jephthah meant that shit to the turf. And when Jephthah showed up and the first person he seen coming out of his house was his daughter, you don't think his heart melted? When Jephthah sacrificed his daughter, they made a day in remembrance of his daughter. So that way no man would ever make such a vow ever again. Right. Right. But that's an instance of human sacrifice to the Most High within the scripture. But people overlook it because they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. They don't want to say, damn, the Most High will take you up on your word all the way to the turf, to the mother sucking turf. And they don't want to hear that. Most High's been good to me. They've been great to me. Even while I go through my trials and tribulations, the Most High has been excellent to me. How do you get mad? What's up, Martin? What's up, Martin? How do you get mad at something like that? You know, how do you? How is that even possible? It's impossible. You know, but it's just a fact that the Most High is that he's that official. He plays no games all the way through. He's like, if you want problems, I will give you problems. If you want no problems, I will give you no problems. If you want substance, I will give you substance. If you want to be a beggar, I will make you a beggar. For those who have the spirit of fornication within them, and the men who choose to be fornicators and of the sort, he's like, don't worry, I will make you a homosexual and I will make you a whoremonger. For the women who have the spirit of the likes within her, she also, now, young lady, you can become the whore yourself, and also within the same thought, that same type of fornicator. You can have that. The Most High is not going to take that from them. He didn't take it from our ancestors, so he's not going to take it from nobody now. We have too many people who don't understand what they're dealing with. They act like the Most High will not, cannot reach out and AT&T you. Reach out and touch somebody. Because that's normally his only way of getting to you. He does the warning thing, but he don't really like to warn nobody, because if you ever talked like you knew better, I think he can assume you know better. And if you know better and don't do better, then I must show you, my son, I must show you, my daughter, you are in the wrong. The Most High, he does what to those he loves and he brings back to his fold? He rebukes them. He told you, don't be mad at the rebuke. Don't be angry about the rebuke. Because if I love you, I'm going to rebuke you because I do love you. And I don't want to do to you what I'm going to do to everyone else. This is why I go so hard about this. That's right, bro. The Most High will keep us in check, man. He will keep us in check. You're funny, sister. Yes. Take the spanking. And that's exactly right, brother. Like a father to a child, he tempers with mercy. The Most High has never, I can never say I've been in an instance where I felt like the Most High treated me totally unfairly. I can say I've done things that may have made it to where his mercy may not have been available. So therefore, I took the full brunt of what was happening. But you accept it. And it does make us better people. It does, really it does. People don't like talking about the Bible. But you know what's funny? I had a guy come up last night, Mexican dude. This is where this, I want y'all to understand. I know right here it doesn't seem like it because we're all miles and miles apart. But when I say people come to me every weekend and say, bro, will you please give me some knowledge? Will you talk about the Bible? Will you talk about the Most High? This is what I go through every weekend. And we're not talking about Israelites or so-called Israelites walking up and wanting this information. No. Talking about Middle Earth, Gentiles. Can you dig it? The stranger, the sojourner, some who might be considered the proselyte. How you doing, sister? Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I read about I actually did read about that, but this is what they were going through. This is what they were doing. That's the wickedness. Once again, people don't want to believe that this is all genetically based. They don't want to believe that the genetic predisposition for someone to, let's say, sleep with another man's woman is a foreign DNA. It's foreign. That's not. When do we read about Sem, Ham, and Japheth sleeping with each other's wives? When? When do you read about that? When do you read about adultery or anything like that of the nature in the following? You see what I'm saying? I think people forget there's a great gap of time between when Noah and them land off the ark and until when we actually hear about Abraham. There is a healthy period of time. Throughout this period of time, we don't read about anything like warfare, adultery, any of these things that Middle Earthers brought back to the surface. I can't stress it enough. These were pre-flood genetics brought to a post-flood world. This is why those who are Middle Earthers were able to keep their kingdoms for so long and still have them, because they understand principalities of such mechanisms on the highest level. These things come from some of the first kingdoms that were ever created. So they know way more about governing than you and I will ever know and understand. This, I'm sure, is another reason why the Most High never wanted the people to have a kingdom in the first place. Because to have a perfect kingdom means that you understand everything. And the Most High said, the only one who understands everything is I. I give knowledge to other unhuman entities, and I give them authority over the humans, but none of them have authority over me. None are my equal. Can you dig it? None. So when we are talking about what happens with people, if we can talk about what their actions are, we need to talk about the genetic structure, the genetic sequence, the alleles, the genomes, whatever you want to talk, however they want to say it, right? But that's the angle you have to take at this. If you take a scientific chemistry type approach to the Bible, it's hard for them to juxtapose what the scripture is saying. And yes, that is another reason not to mix, you know. But we're so far beyond people. So this is where I'm at. People will say, "Oh, I believe in being able to splice genetics," but that's okay. But when I say something about genetics and then I talk about the Bible, or in this case, the Septuagint, now all of a sudden, whoa, bro, you're tripping. You're tripping. You're doing way too much. But it's like the the first four letters. And let me go ahead and type it right here. This is the first four letters of the book of Genesis. That's the first four letters right there. Gene. Gene, which is the root word for the word genetic. The root word for the word genealogy. Can you dig it? The root word for the word genotype. This is what I'm talking about. That's the first word. That is the first four letters of the very first book within Scripture. Yet the book has nothing to do with science. Yet it has not a damn thing to do with science. Yet the very first thing it talks about is bloodlines and genetic constitution. Right. If people read the scripture more carefully, they would carefully read and perceive that the first man and the second man, the Adam man, their bloodlines were intertwined. Seth did that after Cain, but Seth did that to carry on with the bloodline of people who were. So everyone walking around right now who was a true Adamite by blood has first man genetics in their blood no matter what. No matter what. The first man are not Gentiles, okay? They're not. The first men are men. They're not the Adam man, though, but they are men and they are without soul constitution. So a part of our genetic catalyst is the ability to take on an unnormal spirit to our physical form. Aye, which is how this is the only way you can even have the spirit of the Most High like that on you, because he already gave you what? The breath of life through your father Adam. So it'd be impossible to give you this spirit. Okay, y'all, we got one. We got one. We got one. Look, Sam, what do I look like? What do I look like? Obviously, I'm brown. I'm clearly brown, but what do I look like, Sam? I'm not going to answer that question. Everybody but you is a moderator, Sam. I would be careful. Look, I tried to warn him, y'all. I tried to warn him. Damn. Damn. That quick. Damn. He got took out the game. Shit. Anyway, look. Look, y'all. I can't. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I appreciate y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. He left. Y'all pissed him off. Anyway. Look. That's what I'm talking about. Genetics are the catalyst to everything. When we can look at what your genes do for how you make decisions, for how we go about our everyday life, then we'll be better. Then we'll be better. Uh, it's hard to have these kind of conversations with people though, because they don't want to have them. They don't want to have them. You know, they would rather not speak on something that gives substance to scripture. You see, because this is normally how they tear the Bible apart, using things like genetics and chemistry and biology. And when you're using those same tools that they would otherwise manipulate, you know, and deviate, striate, cultivate their own ideas from out of scripture, where now it's made clear, dead clear, obvious what this means. There is no confusion. There is no confusion at all. If I'm 27 and I get a girl pregnant, excuse me, a young lady pregnant, um, let's say next year, February, March time, she goes, bam, they're doing a little sonogram or whatever, and they're like, we've got, you know, some depending on how you guys take it, some good news or some really bad news. And you know, they're like, you know, and then the doctor's like, you're gonna have triplets. So if I have 3 children, or anybody listening right now has 3 children at one age, those children are triplets. And I can't stress this enough as far as the genetic thing. That's right. That's right, sister. But the Most High congealed those bloodlines. You do realize that, right? The Most High put those bloodlines together so that way his first creation would not be lost forever. Because now what are considered aborigines, who are known to have the oldest genome on the world in the world. The only one close to that genome is the so-called African American, so-called African genome. That people who look like us. Ours is the next oldest after that. You guys can look this stuff up. Um, with that said, and their genome isn't much older than ours. You see what I'm saying? So it gives credence to what the Bible says, that when he created the first man, soon, I mean, right after he got done creating all of them, right? He created Adam man. Do you follow me? So, so I can believe that what we call aboriginals now are the closest to genetic constitution of the first man, and they are still Gentiles, but they are the closest to the first man, which is why aboriginals and so-called African Americans sometimes have similar facial features, you know, especially when they haven't been inbred too much. um um what else is there about genetics? What else? I mean, everything's about genetics. So the whole book, the whole Bible is about genetics. Wow. And they don't think our Yah is like the ultimate scientist, the coldest scientist ever. He's so he's so darn smart, so darn intelligent that even while the planet is corrupted right now, it can still produce life and feed people. Wow. Now tell me that ain't something. These people build their little petri dish environments and they're ruined in a couple hours. They have a jealousy for the Most High. They hate the Most High. They're like, how did he make this stuff? How did he create it? They just don't know what's going on, right? And that's their anger. Once again, let me not get too far off subject, but once again, that's their anger. That's not supremacy. That's anger. We are in a battle for our sanctity and for our minds and for the sanctity of the mind of a man to read something like King David speaking on the Gentiles. And then right before he speaks on the Gentiles, this is King David speaking on what would be the giants before the Gentiles. I am only forced to say that maybe, just maybe, giants and Gentiles fall hand in hand. Maybe, just maybe, the sea people who were known to be giants, who were known to have come from an island, islands of the Gentiles. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it all wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it all wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what it is, y'all. Ignore him. Ignore him. Why y'all do him like that? Huh? Why y'all do it like, huh? Why y'all do him like that? So check this out, y'all. This is why I modded everybody. This is why. Because for some odd reason, whenever we start talking about the real deal Holyfield with the Bible, they always, no, ain't nobody got time for none of that. But they always come with that though. Why me? Why? What did I do? Why? But anyway, it's just a blessing that we can pick up the scripture and we can read it and it makes sense to us. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's an honor that the Most High has permeated all of our minds and our souls to give us just a little bit that he has given us. I mean, and he's only given us a little bit. If he gave me any more, I'd go crazy. I would go stark, raving crazy if I had to take on any more information than what I already have. I'm already going crazy as it is, so I don't need anything else on my plate. I don't need any more revelations right now. You know, when I say reading that Noah's sons were I can't stress to everyone enough. That is the biggest thing I've ever read in the whole Bible. Hands down, that's bigger than Pangea. Pangea is huge. I mean, Noah's triplets and Pangea, you know what I mean? I mean, like, it depends on who you're talking to. Okay. That's fine. I understand, y'all. I understand. I pray that the weather does get better, though. You know, I pray that the weather does get better. And y'all be safe out there. You know, if you don't got to travel and do nothing, I wouldn't, because I know how it is. Rain, hail, and lightning are a horrible combination. Yet, once again, these are happenings of the Most High. He controls these things. And these wicked demons and devils, they use their witchcraft Okay, love you too. Y'all be good. Y'all be good. You know. But this is why. It's all of it's still science. The thunder, the lightning, the hail, it's all science. Every piece of it. And these so-called scientists have taken it upon themselves to imbue not only regular folks with the identity of false understanding, but what they've done is they've placed the planet in peril because they constantly it's almost as if talking somebody into something that's against their better will. And it's like, it's supposed to be sunny here, but they're like, Earth, we want you to snow. But she's like, I'm supposed to be sunny. But they're like, yeah, we know, but look though, we still want you to snow. You get what I mean? And because there's no, that's right. See, even right, you can right, you see things like that. You pay attention to those kind of things, those types of observations. Um, but we wouldn't know about these things. We wouldn't have any understanding of them. The Most High didn't want us to. These people wanted to snow somewhere it's supposed to be hot. They wanted to be hot somewhere it's supposed to snow. And as they do that, they constantly throw off the natural balance that the earth has and is under. Come the great day, the hills might not have no choice but to run, and the mountains. All the bodies of water might have no choice but to recede. They might not have a choice. Because when the Most High is coming back, they all might be trying to get into their normal order of where they're supposed to be and how they're supposed to be. And because we have people who now for the last 100+ years have been affecting the weather and affecting the weather, that they are going to eventually have to see what the end result of all the tampering is. You cannot clog a system and the system continue to have substance being put into this one area and there not eventually be a backup or some type of burst, an explosion, if you will, either uh, in the cylinder that holds such energy and force, or through the end where in which it is supposed to be released from. These are things that, that's right, brother. Bruh, bruh, bruh. Man, speak blessings upon yourself. A lot of us don't do that enough. And that's a blessing to speak, man, because that's right, brother. Yehoshua, he's looking out. Man, I appreciate and I love you guys so much, man. You know, to me, it's just us chopping it up, and this is what I like the most. This is what I appreciate the most. We just getting together. People don't understand how powerful this is. This is a chance and an effort. You know, there's a lot of folks who are gonna never want to hear the Most High until it's too late. They're not gonna want to see a Bible, hear no scripture until it's too late. It'll be way too late. They'll have been living in their life. They'll get caught in the middle of a threesome, or in the middle of a drug deal, or in the middle of a violent act. Something. They'll be caught in the middle of a sin when the Most High comes back. Caught with their pants down, figuratively and literally. And these are going to be the people who are looking for the mercy. These are going to be the people who want the mercy the most. Not us. Not us. We seek mercy now. We want it the most now. It matters to us now. That's right. We stay ready so we don't have to get ready. I couldn't tell y'all how many days in this life of mine I thought I was dead. Like I was pretty sure I'm gonna die today. And somehow the Most High carried me through. I think about it all the time because the Most High has been so polite. He's been so good to me. You know, there's a lot of young brothers who I'm not downing them, but I know their parents have done far more for them than my parents could ever have thought of doing for me. Wandering Stars. Okay, so check this out. I just ordered the Book of Enoch last week. It got here this week. It got here on like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. Monday it got here. And hey yo, Jeff, before you leave, can you check the mail?
Yeah.
And it got here on Monday, and I actually bought a copy of it. I bought 2 copies because I sent one to my brother in the UK because he asked me if I had an electronic copy of it, and I knew I didn't, but I knew I had enough money to to send it to him, so I did that instead. And I'm going to talk about the Wandering Stars right now. I really do believe that could have a lot to do with what the Book of Jude says, as the angels who were held in who were bound in chains. You know what I mean? And everlasting darkness until the great day. Uh, uh, yeah, I think that they are very much related. I had a brother who was telling me about how Saturn, it was believed to be the dwelling place for the creator. And when they were talking about like the Greek mythology about how the Titan Cronus ate his children, they compared that to how Saturn has been known to devour its moons, and they have tied the two things together. In my mind, the Wandering Stars and a fallen angel are almost one and the same. They're almost really one and the same. See, when we talk about these types of things, we dance on the fine line of talking about other entities that are not the Most High, which is why, and not that I won't speak on them. It's just I don't want to credit them with something that they're not credible for. So, my best way of saying this, sister, especially when I really get time to really get into the Book of Enoch, because I know it breaks down what you're talking about really well. I can't stress enough fallen angel versus expelled angel. And the expelled angel is the one who was kicked out during the so-called war in heaven. The fallen angel is the one who chose to willingly come down and mate and amalgamate with human beings, teach them things they were never supposed to be taught. Now, if we go based in the Book of Enoch, this doesn't happen until the days of Jared, the fall of the angels. So one can assume or insinuate that the angels that taught Cain anything at all would have been an expelled angel and not a fallen angel. So this is why Cain built a city and didn't go off to building weapons, if that makes sense. Cain builds the first city we know about. The actual first city. He doesn't name the first land that we know about, but Cain does build the first city we know about. That makes him the first architect, the first mason. That makes Cain the first a lot of things. Cain is the first of many things, actually. And his bloodline is the direct bloodline or progeny of people who are creators. This is true. This is so much true. So even when people, somebody would have to show me where Cain was actually evil or wicked, where the Most High calls him that. I don't get that perception from or about Cain, nor his children. I don't get that understanding. The understanding that I have is the skewed understanding that everyone else has. Yes, I said, oh my goodness, I forget the video. This was a while back. But I said the mark of Cain was a tattoo. Like a tribal tattoo. People get intimidated seeing tribal tattoos today. There's no way if the Most High marked a dude up with a freaking tribal tattoo all over his body, that wouldn't have freaking. Please. Serpentine seed. Okay, so that's two things. First, let's go back to the garden. First, let's talk about the serpent there and how you can assume that serpent, because it's called a brute. And a brute is a bipedal or bipedal organism, meaning it walks on 2 feet, it walks upright. You could say the serpent in the garden was a reptilian. Stop, even if it's Lilith, it doesn't matter. This is the lore. You could say the serpent in the garden is a reptilian. You could say that the reptilian seed is all reptiles and all serpents. But you could also say that same seed survived and went into Middle Earth and now have humanoid children who look all different shades and degrees. Some with facial hair, some without facial hair, some with coarse hair, some with non-coarse hair, some with dark skin, some with non-dark skin. That's how I normally go about these things, which is why I'm always quick to say that the Gentiles aren't one skin shade. They're not one skin color. Does that give any kind of like elaboration? And to go back to the mark, sister, why I really feel like it's a tattoo, because the Most High tells us not to mark our skin, and we equivalate marking our skin to tattoos. So if the mark that he put on Cain is a tattoo, and let's say it's a face tattoo, a crazy ass face tattoo, who's gonna mess with you? Who's gonna mess with it? Who's gonna mess with people? Don't mess with these dudes now. These south of the border cholos and damn islander Polynesian and Micronesian dudes now with tattoos all on their face. Don't nobody fuck with them. So a dude 12,000 years ago with a tattoo on his face? Oh no. Oh no. Like Mike Tyson, yes. Yeah. Oh no. But just way more intimidating. Way more intimidating. Because we have to understand and remember, Adam was a natural giant compared to us. Cain, Seth, natural giants. Noah, Shem, Ham, Japheth, all natural giants compared to us. Nope. Nope. Sure ain't. Ain't nobody fucking with them crazy ass looking people. Yeah, that's so once again, if tattoos are ritualistic, who has greater rituals than the Most High? Who has who has better understanding of rituals than the Most High? The Most High knew what I won't say tattoo. I believe it was a tattoo. The Most High knew what the mark was going to do visually to anybody before it did it to him. He already knew it was going to mess their heads up. He already knew. Already knew. He was like, "Yep, I know just what to do, pimp. Don't worry about it." Remember, he told Cain, "I'm gonna make you a fugitive and a vagabond." I'm sorry. And then what did Cain do? He said, whoa, whoa, that's way too much. That's way too much, Father. That's way too much. So the Most High, he said, look, somebody mess around and kill me. What did the Most High do? He said, no problem. I got you. Here's the skinny. I'm going to put this mark on you. You're going to look crazier than all get up. I promise ain't nobody ever going to want to catch a fade or none of that. Now get out of my presence. It sounds crazy, but we have to humanize on our level. We have to regulate on our level. This is true. Yes. Look, for an old person to have a tattoo, if it looks fresh, I totally feel some type of way. But when they look, I don't know, 60, 70, and the tattoo looks as old as them, I normally assume they got it when they were much younger. You know, when they were being a rebel. And, you know, I mean, I guess that's cool for them. But when women have tattoos, normally that's a turnoff. Normally, I'm not. Normally that's a put off for me. That normally does it. Um, um, I wanted to ask y'all something though. One second. Okay, here we are. I'm going to pick up on verse 15. Okay? And verse 15, because I'm not going to go and get crazy about how I'm not going to go and get crazy and tell about this giant that stole the remains of the dead. This is the battle that they officially retired King David from fighting, but there's another battle where Joab tells King David pretty much, you can't fight no more. You know what I mean? We can't have the king getting killed. I'll find it. But here it goes. Verse 16 or 15 of chapter 21 of the Second Kings. This would be 2 Samuel. And there was war, and there was yet war between the Philistines and Israel. And David went down, and his servants with him, and they fought with the Philistines. And David went, and Jeshbi, who was the progeny of Rapha, and the head of whose spear was 300 shekels of brass in weight, who also was girt with the club, even he thought to smite David. And Abessa, the son of Zeruiah, helped him and smote the Philistine and slew him. Then the men of David swore, saying, thou shalt not any more go out with us to battle, and thou shalt not quench the lamp, and thou shalt not quench the lamp of Israel. So what they're pretty much saying is that you're not going to put out our light by getting killed as the king. Because if they kill the king, then they think that they got us. See what I'm saying? So you're not going to do that. And then before that, they said, no, bro, no more, cuz, no more. Now, understand, at this point, David's an old man. He's not a young man anymore. You get me? He's not a young man anymore. But they had just, before this, they had just had to fight with Absalom. And David really didn't have to do any fighting in that. You know, his men of war did a lot of fighting. But once again, like I was saying, though, is that David had a lot of people around him who were not Israelites. So when it says, you know, David and all Israel and you know, and his servants, those are people who are not Israelites. That's the indication that they're not Israelites. Because they serve the king, but they're not of the, anyway. However, the point is this. I'm gonna read about the other dudes that got killed. And after this, there was again a battle with the Philistines in Gath. Then Saboka, the Astatite, slew Seth of the progeny of Rapha. That's number 2. And there was a battle in Ram with the Philistines. And Elionan, son of Ariagrim, the Bethlehemite, slew Goliath, the Gittite. And the staff of his spear was a weaver's beam. And there was yet a battle at Gath. And there was a man of stature. And there was a man, excuse me. There's the original is in Hebrew. The original is Hebrew and Greek letters, so they don't actually know. There was a man of stature, and the fingers of his hands and toes of his feet were 6 on each, 24 in number. And he was also born to Rapha. And he defiled or reproached Israel. And Jonathan, son of Shimei, brother of David, smote him. These 4 were born descendants of the giants in Gath, the family of Rapha. And they fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. And David spoke to the Lord the words of this song. Excuse me, we're going to skip past the whole song, skip through all that. And we're going to go to the next page of what I wanted to talk to you about, which was these Gentiles and the giants. Now, I'm going to skip way down, okay? What I want you to ask yourself is this. Why would the Bible, the Septuagint, have been talking about giants, right? In one instance, and then King David make a reference to Gentiles. Now, this is the beauty. Listen to what King David says. And I'm going to go to verse 40. No, verse 38. And I'm going to pick up right there of chapter 22. I will pursue my enemies and will utterly destroy them. I will not turn, and I will not turn again till I have consumed them. And by the word I, there is a symbol, and it says, one second, one moment. And I will consume, or I will crush them, or consume them, excuse me. And they shall not rise, and they shall fall under my feet. And thou shalt strengthen me with power for the war. Thou shalt cause them that rise up against me to bow down under me. Thou hast caused my enemies. As for my enemies, thou hast given me the back, and that was the symbol next to it, to flee before me, even them that hated me, and thou hast slain them. They shall cry, and there shall be no helper. And by the word shall, there is no helper to the Lord, but he hearkens to them not. And I ground them as dust of the earth. I beat them as small as the mire of the streets. And thou shalt deliver me from the striving of the peoples. One moment. And by the word peoples, there's another symbol. And that word is, one moment, my people. With that said, let's go ahead and carry on. And thou shalt deliver me from the striving of the peoples, or my peoples. Thou shalt keep me to be the head of the Gentiles. What? Thou shalt keep me to be the head of the Gentiles, a people which I knew not serve me. A people which I knew not serve me. The strange children feigned obedience to me. They hearkened to me as soon as they heard. And by the word, as soon, there's another symbol, at the hearing of the ear. The strange children shall be cast away and shall be overthrown out of their hiding places. The Lord lives, and bless me, and blessed be my guardian and my God, my strong keeper, or keeper of my salvation, shall be exalted. The Lord who avenges me is strong, chastening the nations under me, and bringing out from my enemies, and thou shalt set me on high from among those that rise up against me. Thou shalt deliver me from the violent man. And by the word violent man, the man of wrongs. Therefore, I will confess to thee, O Lord, among the Gentiles, and sing to thy name. He magnifies the salvation. And by the word salvation, there is the symbol or the salvations of his king, and works mercy for his anointed, even for David and for his seed forever. Bam. Now, while I'm still getting it all in, I know you guys are wondering, like, how does that make any sense to the giants and to the Gentiles? I'm going to tie it together right now. He's saying that, and once again, he calls the Gentiles is their race, right? That's their race. That is their umbrella of identity. So when people are wondering, well, where did this come from? How does this happen? What are you talking about? Well, how did he know that the people, how would he know that he would have to not know those people. You understand? Like, as far as like, because if you know who they are, but you don't know who they serve, that means that you're under the guise that they serve something else. Surely that's what that means. And because there's no breakdown as far as, like, he doesn't say a Gentile is somebody who looks like a horse and a human or a bull and a human. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't say that a Gentile is the progeny of a giant. You see what I'm saying? The understanding David is giving us. Number one, Gentiles were around in the time of King David. That's the first thing you got to accept and really, really, truly understand. That by 2 Samuel of the King James Version Bible, 2 Kings of the Septuagint, you read about Gentiles. So for people to believe that these Middle Earth things hadn't already incepted their way into modern society and done whatever it is that they thought they were going to do, they're greatly mistaken. It is I don't know, it's difficult, to talk about these things sometimes because everybody's not wanting to hear about the Bible. Everybody doesn't care about the Bible. That's not what they're in it for. A lot of people will say some stuff like, what has the Bible ever done for me? And I jest with it. I'm sure the words on those pages have not done anything physically tangible for you. There are written words on the page. They can do nothing for you. They can do nothing for anyone if that's the case. But if you apply some of the lessons that are within the book, certain things have to happen. I'll give you a prime example. This is a basic one. If and only if a man and a woman follows what the Most High says, which is to oil your hair every day before you go out, before you do anything, right? He said, lackest no oil upon thine head when thou goest out. So that means that your hair should be nice and oiled, nice and moisturized. Can you dig that? People can see the sparkle in your hair. Your hair will, I've done this for a long time now, y'all. Your hair will literally shine. Literally, it'll just shine. It'll just pop and be glistening all over. It'll look like you put Afro Sheen or something on it. Okay? That's why you oil yourself. That's why oil is good for your skin. I'll have to look for it, Martin. Meech doesn't memorize that kind of stuff. I just say it off the top of my head, dog. I'm so sorry, Martin. But I'll look for it and I'll either email it to you or I'll find a comment thread and then I'll send it to you. Don't worry though. But if you wanted to find it now, just go to Google and type in on the in the search bar, lack no oil upon thine head, and I'm pretty sure the verse will come up. Um, but this is this that's a small thing. That's a tiny little thing. That's one thing out of the thousands of things the Most High will tell you to do. Thousands. There's a bunch of little, because there's a bunch of directions within one direction sometimes. You see what I'm saying? There's a bunch of things. I give you a prime example. Okay. Okay, brother. All right. That's fine. Right on, dog. I ain't mad at you. But um what's it called? And listen, here's where we're at, brother. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 8. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 8. That's where that's at. However, um, if a person were to break into your house, right? The Most High says, if you can see who the person is and they're trying to get through, like, you know, like whatever opening they made into your home, the Most High says, if you can identify them, you're not to kill them. Are you hearing me? You are not supposed to kill them. The blood will be upon your head, and the avenger of blood is righteous to kill you. If you can't see them, though, right? No problem, bro. No problem. And if you cannot see them and you strike them and kill them, that blood is not upon you. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm sure it would take village elders and people who've been to war and things like that to make that determination. You get what I'm saying? So, so it sounds good uh to shoot first, ask questions later, but this is a big reason why they have what people think are backward laws pertaining to theft, because they're basing their understanding on a biblical precept, which is, if you cannot identify it, their thing is that if the person's in your home, then do whatever you must to live. The But the law says, right? I mean, that's the law. If a person's in your house and they actually pose a viable threat to you, you can do whatever it is that you think you need to do to stay alive. But it also says that if a person is fleeing, is doing whatever, right, bro, you're not to take violent action against them unless they've already taken violent action against you. You get me? It's a murder charge now. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Because in this little bit of time, this person's come back to their right mind. And they're like, you know what? I'm tripping. I don't know what I'm doing in here. Because a person who's truly wicked will try to fight you to the end, even though they know they're wrong. Even though they know they are wrong, they will fight you to the end. And that's the danger of a person like that. That's what actually makes them dangerous. You know, another thing, you know, in scripture that people once again will kind of just, you know, dance right on past. It tells us in scripture to not spend too much time at another man's house, especially if he has a family. See what I'm saying? So these are just small things, you know, that people overlook. They wonder why their wife or their girlfriend or their boyfriend or their husband is sleeping around with the person that they've been hanging out with for the last couple of years. But that's because you've allowed for the situation to get far too cozy. You know, out of all the dudes I've ever hung out with, I think there's been one dude I ever actually had like his wife's phone number in my phone. You know what I mean? Like that, there's only one person, you know. And and even her, I never called, never called her, never called her. You know, and I used to tell him all the time, like, I don't feel comfortable with your wife's phone number on my phone. He's like, bro, you know what I mean? You're my guy, and I'm like, that's not the point. I never, you know what I mean? Like that's me though. That's me as a person. Um, Once again, that's part of staying ready, so you don't have to get ready. I stay ready for some bullshit like that, so that way I don't have to get ready to defend my sovereignty or my integrity as a person, as a man. You know, people get mad because I sure I'm gonna say I'm a black man, but I'm always gonna say I'm a man. You get what I'm saying? Unless I need to identify myself to somebody, you know, or show what my belief is as to what I identify with. There's no need for me to say that I'm a black man to somebody. Look, y'all. Why do people? Thank you, y'all. I love it. Thank you, y'all. I appreciate it. I was showing up about to go ahead and block them myself. Look, I'm telling you, man. You guys are the gatekeepers. You guys are the gatekeepers. You know, put his ass in a plastic bag with his trash ass. Take him out. You know, I'm sorry it's like that, but I don't want to go through that today. And now that I never have to go through it again, I'll probably never have another episode on YouTube where I get to acting up. It's just funny how it's just funny how it works. I should have thought about this a long time ago. It's been smooth sailing all day. It's been a smooth one, y'all. Smooth as eggs. But no, we have to stay ready. We have to be ready for all things at all times. And there's a level of understanding that a person must exude, they must show that they have. If you're going to allow people to be in your immediate circle and to be in your sphere of influence, you must understand what it is that they're bringing to the table or not bringing to the table. If this is just somebody whose company that you like and you enjoy their company, that's what they bring to the damn table. If they bring nothing else, that's okay. You know, you know what I mean? I love this one. Yeah, somebody go ahead and jump on that, please, man. This is so funny. This is so funny. So, y'all, my question is this: what would possess? I don't know how many trolls y'all done had to get rid of today. It's been a record number already, man. A record number. It's been a record number of them. Even if it's just, same person, different profile. I find it amazing that, well, everybody's ready. So now we don't have to get, you know what I mean? We're already ready. I love y'all. Bottom of my heart, depth of my soul. I only pray that the Most High allows for all of us to see the end of this wickedness. There's only a few of us. Don't none of us live in the same city? And as far as we're all concerned, ain't none of us part of the same family. That means our chances for survival are very good. Did y'all hear me? Though none of us live in the same city, and as far as I'm concerned, none of us are related. Our chances for survival are looking pretty good. Don't block them just yet, y'all. Oh, it's too late. It's too late. I wanted to see what this one is actually talking about. Oh, we've seen the I mean, damn. Do you know how willing you have to be to go to not one, not two, but three different profiles? But this is part of the this is all part of the struggle. This is all part of the struggle. We must see what it is what we're dealing with. It's a must. Oh no, this is a family affair. This is most definitely. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But we must always know who our enemies are at all times. At all times, we must know who our enemies are. And that's just like this weekend. I know Tammy was here, so earlier, so she heard about it. But the cops rolled up on me. When I say rolled up on me, listen, y'all, they were like 10 deep on foot and like another like 5 bike cops, right? I got served with the temporary extreme risk protection order. Oh, wow. By the police. Normally, these are like reserved for like disgruntled husbands. Okay, you're good. Don't ban them. 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 They said they won't say anything stupid. We'll give them a chance. Bruh. But you feel what I'm saying though? So this is, man, dude, we're in such dire straits right now. We're in such dire straits as a people. We don't know who to trust anymore. We don't know who to trust anymore. We don't know to trust ourselves anymore. Our own minds have been made to question everything we do. Our own minds have been made to go against what we know is righteous. Our own minds. See, I'm realizing more and more and more and more, like it's really getting at me that the time is short. Whatever they're trying to do it now. They served me with those papers because for 2 weeks, I legally cannot possess a firearm. Touche. Touche. On the other side of that, I have to go to court on July 3rd. If the cop doesn't show up, they dismiss it. They give me my pistol license back. They give me my gun back. If they keep the order in effect, it is in effect for an entire 365 days. I legally would not be able to own or possess a firearm, nor buy them, purchase, whatever. I would not be able to be within the vicinity of firearms, supposedly. Now, while this is okay for them to say to me or about me, I find it awkward because I work in a dangerous area. You know what I mean? I work in a really dangerous area. I remember saying to these, look, y'all, they came 10 freaking deep on foot, at least 10 deep. I remember seeing like the whole sidewalk like full of them as they were walking up, right? And right behind me was this dude's baby's mama, her sister, this one older lady, her daughter, and another young lady, right? So it's like 5 or 6 chicks right there. When I say they aggress me, they picked the time to aggress me. They picked all that. I'm saying they picked everything. They picked everything. That was, to me, was incredible that they waited that long. They waited like they waited till there was enough people there that they know that I'm not going to put you in harm's way. Y'all got to understand that. My brothers and my sisters, I care about y'all far too much to ever put you in harm's way. I would never, I don't care what you would tell me to do. I wouldn't do it if I thought something might happen to you. I can live with something happening to me. I can die with something happening to me. I can't go into the after knowing that I caused somebody else their life or their well-being or anything like that. I just can't. And I won't. So they rolled up on me. I didn't do nothing. They fucking put me in cuffs, made me sit down on the fucking front of the vehicle and shit. See, that's what I'm saying, though, bro. Is like, man, I wish that was the case. I wish that was the case, man. But they rolled up on me, deep, bro, deep. When I say they rolled up deep, they rolled up on me deep, bro. Like, I was looking. I was like, man, what the fuck do they want, right? And you know, the one little Asian dude, like once again, they always get somebody who has like color to put hands on you. You know what I mean? None of the white dudes like wanted to touch me at that point in time. You know, I had my gun in my holster. They're like, "Where's the gun at? Where's the gun?" Right? I'm like, "Look," I'm like, "It's right." Mind you, I got cuffs on, so I can't motherfucking be like, "Yeah, it's right." I'm like, "It's right here," and I'm like, I keep moving my left shoulder. I don't say it's in a holster under my jacket, you know. He's like, "Where the hell's it at?" I'm like, "It's right here, man, to my left." You know, and he's like, "In the coat." I said, "Yes." He said, "Turn around, face the car," because I guess they didn't want nobody to see, you know, the gun or whatever. They take the gun and shit off me. They're explaining the situation. I'm looking at everybody in the face. Don't nobody want to make eye contact now, but you want to come over here and write on me like you motherfucking really Mr. Get Down, Mr. Get Bad, like Ice Cube said. You feel me? Where was your punk ass at when he was whooping my ass with that Christmas tree? You know, look, man, I don't need all that. You know, but everybody that was out there, you know, like all the street people, all the homeless guys, all the dudes, you know, who kind of do drugs and shit like that, all the hustlers. A couple of the little drug dealer guys were happy. Some of them were very sad because they understood that this just rocked the situation with me in Seattle. I know I don't seem like it, y'all. I am a staple in the area that I'm at. I'm a staple. The Pioneer Square hot dog guy. Most of them know my name, but if you just say the hot dog guy in Pioneer Square, especially if you're in, they know. I'm talking about when I say tens of thousands of people know of that location. Tens of thousands. There's no. I couldn't make that up. And people come every weekend and say, "Bro, I came here just for you because I heard about you." Every weekend, you know. So it's like, I've built up a spot for my cousin. Like the spot should be my spot. Damn, I've done all the hard work. You know, when I got there, it was not nearly this successful. However, you can't be black, make money, and have a pistol. Not legally. No, that shit don't fly. It does not go. It does not go in America, y'all. Now their reasoning is because they're trying to say that I'm a danger to law enforcement, myself, and other individuals. I ain't never shot not one bullet out my gun out there in offense or defense. Ever. People call me a hero the night the boy got killed. And I don't feel like much of a hero. People come by and remind me of that shit all the time. You remember that night he got killed? Yeah, man, I remember that, man. You had your gun out and shit, and you were patrolling around. Blah, blah. However, I'm a nuance to the people. I'm a danger to their health. Yet people think I'm a hero. Listen, the first instance they have of a problem with is in 2014. The next one after that is in 2017. The third one is in 2017. The fourth one is in 2018, which would have been last week, and not this one that passed, but the weekend before last. And man, man. Um, any judge that just reading it as a judge, not having any of the information present, I do really believe that like the judge is racist, you know. But this has forever put a downer on the situation out there between me and law enforcement. It has, when I say it, y'all, I'm not threatening nobody or nothing. It has not made the situation any safer. It's probably made it a lot more dangerous. Not for me, but for them. I'm a peacekeeper. I've stopped guys from going to their cars to go get their guns to shoot the cops before. They don't know this. They'll never know. They'll never know. But the next time a motherfucker tells me, nigga, I'm about to pop the trunk on these motherfuckers, guess what I'm going to do? Say, hey, bro, let me get all my shit out the way first. Swear to God. I swear to God. I on everything. The next time a motherfucker tell me I'm gonna blow their asses away, I'm not gonna be like, hey, bro, think about the babies or you got a life to live. I'm not gonna say shit like that. I'm gonna let them take action into their own hands. Because they think what I've done is nothing. They think my presence is worthless. So because it's so worthless, I'm going to show them the value of their actions. And when there's more people getting their fucking heads broken in half the next 6 months than have happened in the last 4 years since I've been there, they're going to regret ever doing this to me. And it'll never change. I will never bring the peace, and I'm still gonna make money. I'm still gonna get paid. Niggas still gonna love me. Niggas still gonna respect me. That's right, sister. Me and my cousin go through that one all the time. We say that one to each other all the time. They gonna learn today. They gonna learn today. Fucking right. But I know I can't beat the machine. You see what I'm saying? I know I can't beat the machine. I'm not even trying to beat the machine. All I'm trying to do is stay alive, y'all. All I'm trying to do is stay alive. When they came up and they rolled up on me, I honestly thought about y'all. Honestly, I thought about all y'all. When I seen them walking up, there was about a 4-second window where I thought about the saying, fuck it, let me just open fire on these bitch ass niggas. Let me see how good they really are today. Today's a good day to die. Every day is a good day to die to Demetrius. However, people just don't know. I fight the lesser part of me all the time. I fight that lesser part of me all the time. I just don't care, y'all. I just don't care. I love people. I give a damn when I give a damn. But I just don't care. You know? That right there, when this happened though, y'all, this made me, this, like, when I say that made me cash in all reservations for Babylon. Like, what up, Andre? Time to moderate you too. My bad for missing your call earlier, dog. I was asleep, man. But it's okay. We all crazy. We are all crazy. Damn, Tammy, you've been hiding for a second. I love it. Somebody shows up, we're all like, what up? I love it. I love it. Like I said, we all live in different. I don't follow horoscopes, but I'm a Gemini. When other chick come out, you better move. Oh yeah. Oh no, man, you Geminis ain't right, man. I'm just telling you, man. I love y'all, but man, y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. This is coming from a Capricorn. I know she's been gatekeeping. She came in. She came in, and the first thing she said, she had to realize that she had been made a moderator. You know, because oh, that means Andre crazy too. That means Andre crazy too. Anyhow, don't let me badger y'all. And I know she be on it. But you need somebody like that, brother. But you need somebody like that. That's good to have a person who will go all the way for you, and you don't have to ask them to go all the way for you. That's a lovely thing. Damn, you too, Tammy? Oh, uh-oh. Yep. Yeah, D-Mac, I'm a Capricorn. What up, D-Mac? What's up, brother? You come around and stick around enough, I might have to moderate you up too. Because I like you. I love all my people, but I don't like all my people, but I like you. You're like myself. You are, yeah. Me and you might, yeah. We might be cut from a similar cloth, D-Mac. For the sake of doing it, you get modded up. All my people that are my people will be moderators. There will be no so that way you can't see them now because they've been beat down. Man, y'all have been putting the big bops on the trolls tonight, putting the flipper flops on them. All I can do is salute everybody, cause we're all we got. He gonna save us. He's going to save us. He is going to save us. But let me speak to everybody real quick on a real heart-to-heart level. Don't be too big to forgive somebody. And don't be too kind that you won't chastise them. That's the truth. That's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I take everything I go through in stride because, first off, I'm Black. Got no choice but to take it all. And then second off, I take it because you give people hope. That's another reason I didn't cash in my chips. Because I'm hope for a lot of those people. It's hope for a young Black man to have his gun license and to not sell dope and to do something positive. And when he does something positive, he affects other people. That's hope. It gives you something to look forward to. It's hope when your whole mind isn't worried about what woman you can sleep with, or as a woman, what man you can sleep with. That's hope. You know, I told a brother this week, and I said I practice abstinence. I really do, y'all. I'm not joking. And you know what he said to me? He said, "Man, I respect you so much for that, bro." Shook my hand and everything, gave me a hug and all that, because that's something that a lot of these dudes won't do. Do I talk to women? Of course I talk to women. But do I pursue them aggressively? No. No. Even when I was pursuing chicks, I didn't pursue them aggressively. And like in the years past when I did stuff like that, that was way different, you know. But like, you have to be you. You can't fold for the world. If you know in your mind, in your heart, and in your soul that you are not the complete whole person that you can be or that you would like to be, this is your opportunity right now before the Most High gets back to make amends with yourself. Not someone else, but with yourself. There's a lot of people who have never forgiven themselves out here running around, wondering why they're going through what they're going through. One moment. And because they don't have to analyze what's the problem, we don't. We don't never, you know, we never have to go through these things, you know. Enough. That's what I would like for everyone to do. Because you can live with somebody and not know what they're going through. It's very possible. You wanna know why? Because you're not in their skin. You're not in their body. So they can go through things that you just don't understand right then and there. That happens. That's okay. But you as a person have to address yourself. That's the only way it's going to happen. When you address you, then the other person can help you out. Because if I ask you what's wrong, but you tell me nothing's wrong, and there is something wrong, it won't be fixed. This is why I ask all my people, from Andre Wickham to Roger Spice to Steven Jackson to brother Ben Judah over there in the UK. All y'all, when that's why I ask you when you guys come here, how are you doing? And if I had a conversation with you for how do you feel? I always ask these things because they're important. How you feel and how you are important to me. That matters to me. I might not be able to change you having a bad day, but I can encourage you to have a better day. I can encourage you to have the best day that you can have going forward. There's a lot of things that people would like to do for one another that we just can't. We don't have that ability. But if you work with somebody and give them the chance to help you before you say that they're not helpful, before you feel like they're not there for you. Because chances are that's not the case. Chances are they are there for you and they love you and would love to help you, would love to do anything that is helpful if it's not directly going to help you. So many people like that. But we're beyond trying to keep up with a Jones, beyond trying to keep up with the masses, is we've tricked ourselves into thinking that we've got a horse in this race. We don't have a horse in this race. All you need to be worried about trying to do as Black men and Black women is creating services where you don't have to work for anyone anymore, because your service will supply for you all the needs that you have, right? And your desires for the most part will also be taken care of. This is what it's about. I couldn't agree enough with the live stream I had heard, even though I don't care for the gentleman who had the live stream, that Black people need to start homeschooling their children. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. I couldn't agree more that more women should stay home to be with the children. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more that men should have jobs that don't require them to leave home if they can so choose to help that. I could not agree more. I couldn't. But because that's not the case, but because that's not how it works for us, all I can do is encourage my people to do what's going to be helpful. If Black men and Black women didn't have their children in the public system problems wouldn't be their problems. White people en masse are starting to take their children out of public schools en masse. Right. So the fact that Black people don't have the same kind of mindset that I want my immediate family, my nuclear family, to be within my sphere of influence at all times. You know, it's a beautiful thing, y'all. It's a beautiful thing. We are going to watch as our people continue. Take it easy. We're going to watch as our people continue to break themselves. They're going to break themselves. Black people will be broken by this time next year. Mark the words of this guy. Mark my words. They're going to be broken by this time next year. Broken. It's okay though. They're almost broken now. But because you got all these movements that they can get behind that give them false confidence, false motivation, they haven't lost all the false confidence and false motivation yet. But once they realize what they're actually up against, once they realize that no candidate, none, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, Liberal, whatever, has their best interest at mind, only then are they going to actually back the fuck up and be like, oh shit, how do we get out of this? It's okay. I told people about the recession coming. When the 100 people, before the 100 people got blasted up in Chicago before they sent the feds in last year, which is why the so-called shooting rate and the crime rate has been down, because they've targeted on specific days where shootings were most prevalent. So therefore they've reduced the numbers. But that to me is just, that is being a stat jockey. That's okay. So they've doctored that. But what has not changed is there's still a lot of death. It's not changed. There is still no jobs for these young people. Hasn't changed. See what I'm saying? Hasn't changed. And these Black people don't get it. They don't get it. I guarantee this next candidate is going to make Black people think that they are all for niggas. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. And what's going to be fucked up and crazy is you're going to have a Republican and a Democrat who are for niggas in this next political race. Watch. Mark my motherfucking words. Put that shit in the calendar, in the memo book, and remember what I said. You're going to have a candidate who is pro on either side. How far they make it into the race, I couldn't care less. But they're going to come with that dynamic. The reason why is because they need to sway the Black vote. They need to get Blacks. That's right, just to get in the office. Just to get in the office. Just to make it to public office. Wow. But these are the people we're dealing with. This is their system. This is their form of wickedness. And we can't defeat them at their own game. That's not going to happen. You know, that's what's not gonna happen. Black people have better wake up. It's not just the single mothers that need to be worried. All these single dudes out here pumping and dumping as they go, creating horrors as they go, right? Making little bastard babies as they go. Those are going to be the dudes who feel it the hardest. The men who went their own way are going to feel it the hardest. I've been doing my own thing, so there's no need for me to follow behind what everybody else is doing. Does that make sense, y'all? And with that said, those dudes are going to feel it so hard that what woman is going to want to deal with the dude who they all know what you're about already? You've been doing all the chicks wrong, so they think what guy is going to believe that he's going to be the dude that the chicks come to, and you have nothing in your mind you don't even want to deal with the chicks now, but you think women are going to come to you in the future. Please, motherfucker, that shit is crazy. But these are the type of men we're dealing with. The same thing with the chicks. Chick, if you think you've been running around here sucking and fucking everybody of every race, and now all of a sudden, just because the heat is on, right? And you're like, oh, well, he's got to take me. Somebody's got to take me. Somebody's got to have mercy on me and my. No, they don't, baby girl. No, they don't. Because while you were so high-minded, so haughty, couldn't be reached, couldn't be touched, I'm forever 21 looking ass. Because you couldn't be reached, this is what you get. You didn't have enough humility in your spirit and your soul, enough shame-faced in you to say, you know what, let me find a man who's going to accept me and love me. And not overlook what I've done, but appreciate that wherever I was at in my life, my mind isn't where it is now. See, once again, I don't always talk like this with people, so they don't always think that I have this kind of mentality. I am so understanding, very understanding. I'm overstanding for the most part. But what I won't do is allow for my ability to comprehend, to placate, or vindicate you. I won't. We don't placate the wicked, and we don't vindicate the evil. We just don't. Between the two of those, I've validated everything you're doing. If I placate and vindicate it, I've validated your bullshit cause as a man or as a woman. And that makes me wrong. That makes me evil on so many different accords, so many different levels. This is why I come so hard about it. This is why I go into the Bible and put science on the Bible first before I come with the scripture. So that way, if you can juxtapose the science, then you can juxtapose the Bible. But if you believe in the science, on some level, you have to acknowledge what I'm saying is not wrong, or at least some of this is true. And when I say you, I'm talking to the people who I know don't deal with Demetrius week by week. They don't watch the videos. They don't listen to nothing I have to say because they don't care. For my people who are here because they're my people and they like to gain something, anything, any little piece they can get, I'm here for them because I understand that at 27, there's not too many brothers my age who are willing to actually put themselves out there because they're too afraid of somebody older than them stepping to them and saying, you don't know what you're talking about, youngster. This is how it goes. It's supposed to be like this. You know what? If it's supposed to be like that, dog, then why aren't y'all doing that? Huh, OG? Why didn't y'all whole generation, why didn't swaths of your generation do that? Why are y'all dependent on dudes my age to pick up the pieces and fix it? Okay, then. You know, I get tired about hearing about how lazy freaking millennials are, about how unmotivated they are, all this shit. You pumped all these fucking dreams into people. I'm talking about the system right now. Pumped all these dreams into people. They did everything they were supposed to do to get something, and now they don't have nothing. And you wonder why they're demoralized? You wonder why? These motherfuckers is crazy. But this is the problem that we're having as a black people, is that there is no boundaries for us in our minds. We can do whatever we want to do. That's not true. It has never been. That's the furthest from true I can speak to. Furthest thing from true. And it's a disrespect to your mind. It's a disrespect to your body. It's a disrespect to your soul to think like that. What have we achieved as a people by thinking like that? From the Middle Earth black man to the damn Semite black man, or the just overall Adamite, from the Gentile to the Adamite. What have they achieved by this? Nothing. Nothing. They've achieved nothing. They have nothing to show for it. For all the mixed babies, the black community has nothing to show for it. For all the interracial dating, the black community has nothing to show for it. For all interracial marriages, the black community has nothing to show for it. But I can show you where these other communities, who a black man married into or a black woman married into, where she took resources from her own people or he took resources from his own people, and they added it to this community and made this community stronger and better. See what I'm saying? And people talk about all this, oh, if you live in the hood, people will try to kill you and this, that, and the other. Then hire those people. Give those people a job. Give them money. Don't just expect to move in and then, oh yeah, I get to keep everything to myself. This is the same neighborhood that birthed you, that raised you, that gave you the abilities you have. And now these same people aren't worthy of a small pittance of what you have. These guys are like princes. They don't even realize it. They're like fucking princes and little kings running around with all the resources and don't even have the decency to take care of the subjects that have supported their rise through the ranks of the people. This is why I go so hard about the shit I go so hard about, because I feel like I'm the only one talking about it on this level. I feel like I'm the only one doing it on this level. I listen to a lot of different people. And they never talk like this, ever. They never just come at the people. I never got the feeling, and well, there's one brother. I won't lie. LAR movement, I like him. I feel like he be trying to chop it. I feel like he's the closest to chopping it with you out of anybody else. You know, and there's a lot of other brothers that I watch. Okay, love you too. Y'all have a blessed day. I knew it was getting late. I know it's late over there. Y'all take it easy. Y'all take it easy, and please have a safe, productive week. Much appreciate y'all. I really do. I appreciate y'all so much. You know, and hopefully, man, we as black people, we just get we actually get what we're supposed to get out of everything. You know, we hopefully as black people, man, we it's not about winning. It's not about winning. It's not. It's about thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you. Good night to y'all too. We get our win with the Most High. That's when our W comes. So I'll take every L on earth. As long as y'all have that same mentality to take all the L's that come your way. Because what did the Messiah, the so-called Messiah, say about the rich people? And this, just in case you don't remember, woe to them that are rich, for they have received their consolation here on earth. Woe to them. Woe to them. He didn't say woe to 100,000 there. He didn't say woe to a millionaire. He didn't say woe to a billionaire. No. He said woe to them that are rich. We all know what rich is. We all know what riches are. So woe to them. Woe to them. Caution to them. Because they've gotten their consolation right here and right now. So in the after, there will be no consolation. Can you dig? The reason why I can say that is because if you truly blood sacrificed a family member to get what you have, why do you deserve anything in the after? If you truly fucked the goat and killed the goat to get what you have, why do you see them? I could keep going down this line of wicked bullshit that they've done to have what they have. If they've done that, why do they deserve any kind of mercy? Right. Woe to them that are rich, for they have received their consolation here on earth. They've gotten theirs. Because guess who controls the money? The fallen. Right. The mighty. Right. So how do you think they got theirs other than paying obeisance to the freaking powers that be? If the powers that be said we want you to kill 10 chickens and a goat, they did that. Powers that be said, okay, you killed the 10 chickens and a goat, but now we want one of your family members if you want to keep this money. We want a close friend. We want a close affiliate. We want you to get in a car accident and lose your hand. We want to be able to do something to you. Get on TV and wear a dress. Once again, woe to them that are rich, for they have received the consolation here on earth. I can't stress it enough what that's talking about. I can't stress it enough what that line is talking about. Oh, you so dope your whole life? Oh, you're Pablo Escobar? Oh, you're El Jefe? Okay. Woe to them that are rich, for they have received their consolation here on earth. Still, I need y'all to understand this. We are here. We are at a very special place in time, a very crucial junction, if you will. See, I know that I'm not going to be taken serious. By y'all, maybe. But by the other knuckleheads that watch it, nah. So all I can do as a black man is make myself presentable. And by presentable, what do I mean? I mean that I can tell what I'm doing is reaching. That's what presentable is for me. Because I get to reach y'all. My hair could be matted all on my head. Beard could be all matted up, ugly, crazy looking. Okay, I couldn't care. I couldn't care less. Couldn't care less. Everybody that is my people has been modded tonight. I consider all y'all my people. So the only ones who didn't get modded were the people who got freaking booted up out of here. I love y'all, man. I mean, depths of my soul, bottom of my heart, I love y'all. Got nothing. I have nothing to lose. Nothing but my soul and salvation. And since neither one belongs to me, I've got nothing to lose. I don't have a family to look forward to every day. Nothing. I'm just kind of existing. That's the beauty about what I'm doing. You know, that's the beauty about this. Because you don't get you don't get to choose who you are. But man, I tell y'all, I do the best that I can to be the best person that I can be every day. That is not a joke. All whatever to the side. Every day I do the best I can to be the best person I can be. Every day. Every day. I don't make it a big deal. I try not to get too crazy about it. 8,760 is the number of hours in the year. 35,040 hours is the totality of 4 years. Out of 35,040 hours, which will be at the end of this year, I'll have known my son for 6 of those hours. Maybe 6 of those hours. Maybe. So I don't have the ability to see things the way other people see them sometimes. I haven't, or I'm just unable. It's a lot of hours in a year. I only did the math recently because I just really wanted to know like how many hours I had missed out on. And by the end of this year, I will have missed out on 35,034 hours. Y'all hear me? I have missed out on 35,034 hours. Can't get that time back. It's gone. So I don't know what to say. You know, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't want to excuse myself and say, "Oh, it's just his mom's fault," and nothing to do with me. But I pray, man. I was listening to a brother talk the other day, and something about how the Most High was going to take our hearts and give us a new one, give us a new spirit, and he said, because the heart that we have right now is a heart of stone. And when I heard that, as bad as I probably should have felt, I felt so relieved of knowing that the Most High knows that I don't feel very much, you know. My love waxed cold so long ago. I couldn't tell you guys. It's been over 4 years since I've felt anything like that. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. You know, like you just I don't it's like you just turn that off. You just turn it off, you know. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. You know, that's where I stand as a person. And I always let y'all know where I'm at. You know, I do my best to do that. I try not to share too much because I don't want to put too much on y'all, burden you with my life. But I like to tell y'all enough to where the person you're talking to, you're not a fucking mystery. You know what I mean? You know, I shouldn't be a mystery to you. I don't know how many times I've told people my birthday. Uh, I tell people all kinds of intimate stuff about me. Certain things I keep to myself, of course, because I don't expect you guys to either understand or to want to hear that kind of nonsense. But there's a lot of things I share with you that I believe are beyond what I should have to share or what I need to share. And it's because it's like these are people who I say are my family. And I feel like that. So let me show them that I feel that way. That I trust them, that I give them full fidelity with things that I wouldn't. I'm trying to tell y'all, like I meet people all the time that they'll never know that I don't see my son. You know, that probably bothers me more than anything. Not seeing my son. I mean, you're talking about a responsibility, and another man has usurped your ability to be responsible for your own child, and doesn't even make it to where you can be in contact with your child. That shit is crazy. You know, it's one thing if you, okay, bro, if you hate me because you think I did it wrong, okay, bro, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But as a man, it should also be your prerogative until I show you that I have no intent to be in my son's life, to help me be in my son's life as much as possible. Now, if you're jealous of me or some shit like that, I, I can't help that. You know, you see what I'm saying? You can't help that. If some other dude is jealous of you, how can you help that? How can you? What can you do to change that? Other than say, "Get thee behind me, Satan! I rebuke you," because you've done nothing to their motherfucking ass, dude. You've done nothing to them. Why do you hate me? Why is what she's saying so important if you're really a man? I've met a lot of women. I probably talk to more chicks than most of these so-called ladies men do. You know, probably get more attention from women too than they do. So it's just one of those things where, for me, I just try to understand. I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to get it. What are these people doing? What are they thinking? If I can tell what they're doing or tell what they're thinking, maybe I can lend words or an action that can change their thought or alter that thought pattern. You can't make somebody better. That's impossible. You can't make somebody realize something or do anything. It's impossible. All that shit is impossible. You know, it doesn't exist. Let me ask y'all something. And for all six viewing, I would like an answer from everybody if that's within their ability. If you were me and you had the ability, because you know it, you have the training and you know it, you have the understanding and you know it, to do harm to those that have brought much distress and trauma to your life, would you? And then does it make me a weak person for not doing anything to them? Because this is something I constantly ponder. Am I weak for doing nothing? Does the Most High look at this and scoff at me and say he should do something? I would rather you be in prison. I don't understand. You know, there's a lot of things about the Most High Say I'm lost to myself. I am lost to myself. I just don't have any concept of thought about it. Now, see those? Now, understand. Your first response, Martin, is the response not of youth, right on, but of action. I can't knock you for wanting to take action or for feeling like you would have taken action or knowing you would have taken action. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the point. Is which one is more strength or whatever, or do they not matter? You get me? See, this is something that I had to think about this weekend when the cops were walking up on me is, are my people going to think I'm a sucker for getting killed by these cops or for killing these cops? Because I had the ability to, more than the ability. I had enough time, I had everything, and I had cover, concealment, all kinds of things were working in my favor. Anyway, I'm glad, Tammy. You are one in a few, sister. You are one in a few. Too bad I'm not a better person, right? I might not be going through this. Who knows? Maybe if I shave my face and cut my hair, everything would change. Women always suffer, sister. Women always suffer. It's just that because there's so many more women than men, there's a lot of women who seem like they're not suffering. So they overshadow all the people who are going through real struggle. Appreciate you, Ethan. You're a special cause to me, young man. Not sure if you knew that. You're a very special cause to me. I temper my words because I know that you listen. Don't worry, my friend. The Most High is going to rectify everything. And all that has been done that is wrong shall be righted. I get tired. Because I know that there's not a lot of hope for us. But our hope is in praying that the people's hearts are softened, you know. People's hearts are made to lean on the Most High. They have no need to call out to Him. That's why we're still here. We have men telling our people we just need to build. We have other people telling our people we just need to change policy. We have other people telling our people we just need jobs. We just need money. We just need resources. We just need land. We just need more cooperation. All these people. You see what makes me dangerous is because I know their ways. I know the way of the smiling face. It's hard to outsnake a real snake. Can you dig that? It's hard to out lizard a lizard. I have been in the lowest of grass with the most gutter of snakes. When I say the most, I mean some gutter ass people. That's right. We need more police. Even though they're killing and being killed at so-called record rates. Even though, excuse me, this is what it is though. This is where we're at. How do you change that kind of thinking? How do you change that kind of thinking? How do you change the thinking of my brother, who, once again, my brother and I grew up in the same household till he was about 8. Then my auntie had to take custody of this guy because he almost got all 3 of us taken by CPS because he's a fucking asshole. So, once again, my mother, whom I love, spent her whole life, a lot of her well-being, her time, everything, on this dude. Mind the fact that she had 2 other children that needed her. Mind the fact that one of the other children that needed her was the one that she neglected the most. And did so happily. So it's one of those things where the guy that you put all that energy into and pour all that time into and all that so-called love into, funny how he repaid you by getting locked up for 10 years in prison, even though he has a child, by a woman who already had like 5 children. Right. But yet, once again, I'm not even going to get carried away in my situation. It's just one of those things. That's how you know that you're cursed. That's how you know that you're cursed. That's how you know. I could tell you guys intimate things about me and my brother, and then you would understand, like, holy shit, the Most High really does work in mysterious ways. He works in beautiful ways. He's amazing. The Most High is amazing. Let me ask y'all a question, though. If you know the Most High wants you to do something and you don't do it, does that make you wrong? Yes or no? That's a yes or no question. If you know the Most High wants you to do something and you don't do it, does that make you wrong? I'm waiting. So you see what I'm saying then? We have too many people who do what is right in their own eyes. If I read the book of Judges to you, it would start like something, something, something. All the tribes settled in their lands, didn't do what they were supposed to do. And then guess what? Every man did that which was right in his own eyes. That was the moral of the story, which is why the people demanded a king, because they were like, shit. If we have a king, we have to do what the king says. But because they couldn't follow, they didn't have the mind to just follow the rules of the Most High. It takes a king to enforce these rules, to endorse these rules. Right. That doesn't make any sense. But this is where we are at. This is where. They don't give a damn about us. They don't give a damn about you, black man or black woman. They give about as much as a flying care as a flying squirrel or a flying monkey. They don't care. They do not care about you. The sooner you realize this, the better. I'm going to say this. I'm getting not tired, but I'm getting ready to close on out. You know, I won't talk too much. I got some work I got to do. Got some stuff that's in my my Windows Movie Maker. For some odd reason, my Movie Maker, whenever I try to like bridge pieces together, they will not seamlessly play. They just don't. They won't seamlessly run together. You see what I'm saying? Everybody else's though, maybe they paid some money for a different program or what. I couldn't tell you. Because when I try to do this shit on mine, sometimes it's like, sometimes it works the way it's supposed to, sometimes it doesn't. Pisses me off. It's another reason why I haven't been coming with these, you know. I'm trying to tell y'all, it made me discouraged to make videos. I still have the MacBook. I have it. It's in use. I drag my feet sometimes, bro. I have to. Got a lot of stuff going on, Martin. A lot of people want me to fail. I want you to ask yourself this, Martin. I'm only talking to you. Why do you think week in and week out, people who are what they call on the internet trolls show up and do the craziest shit ever? What up, Mr. Harris? How you doing? Think about that, Martin. Why would they show up week in and week out, bro? Why do I have all these things happening in my life always against me? It's because in the shadow realm or the other spectra that people cannot see, some people cannot see. They have no idea what they're doing. See, I listen to these guys who are MGTOW, so-called MGTOW, and I've been at the semi-monk level for so long that they sound like children to me. The guys who are trying to get to the no sex level. I'm 27 and I'm already a semi-monk. If I wanted to just be abstinent forever, I could. This is the weirdest thing about me. I'm not joking. I really could. So I find it awkward that they think that an abstinent man is the highest level of a man going their own way. Yet abstinence, if you practice it fully, would bring about the end of human race. So it's like the mindset doesn't make sense, young man. Do you think the mindset of the people who come in here and say crazy things make any kind of sense? Do you think that they've also congealed the same type of illogical manner of thinking into their minds? This is why I come about things the way I do, young brother. This is why I promote Black people dating the way that I do. See, this is why they don't accept me. Because I've never told the Black man nor Black woman not to deal with one another. And I discourage you dating out. I discourage it at the highest levels. Make me disgusted when I think about it. All these dudes who've been giving their babies, all these women who've been letting people give them babies are not their people. And then we'll talk to them about their people as if they are on the same level of the struggle. They're not. They're not the same. They're not on the same level of the struggle. They're not. They are not on the same level of the struggle. I am vehemently against it. I don't promote it. It's not okay. It's not all right. If they want to understand what the Most High has written within his book, he is a God of genetic constitution, and therefore he wants the genetic constitution, the integrity of it, to maintain itself. The only way it can maintain itself is if these people and these things stay within themselves. The genetic constitution of the canine is maintained as the canine because the canine does not mate or try to mate with the fish. You see? And I know that there were some sisters saying last time that there was cases of animals mating with other animals. And I would have to say that these are evil spirits infesting the bodies of the animals, therefore causing these acts to take place. These are not two normal animals of that genus class that are doing this. That is just my mind on it. However, a man and a woman is given the ability to think. They are given a mind to think. They are given that by the Most High. The reason why they are given this is so that way he does not have to give you salvation. You will earn salvation. I used to wonder, why does the Most High not force people to do things his way? Why does he? And then I understood, if you were going to be amongst the best of the best ever to have ever been created and existed, I will give to you the chance, my friend, to earn that. You will not be given that. Since you have snuffed from my hands, my capable, godly hands, that ability to give you everlasting life on this planet, as it was rendered when it first happened, you now shall suffer the wrath. And you will earn your way here. You shall be tried and proved. There will be no mistake that you are one of mine. There will be no mishap that you are my people. How you doing, Mr. Gray? Not sure who you are, dog, but if you've been here before, please take a seat, because this is what we do here. See, I'm not worried about anything else or nothing else but the Most High. I don't care about nothing or nobody but the Most High, if that's how it's got to be. I don't give a damn about myself if that's how it's got to be, because I care about the Most High that much. But because I care about him, invariably, I would take care of myself to continue to praise him. Invariably, I would take care of other people to see that his works be true. Invariably, I would not destroy. So what? So what? So what? So why are you here then with 7 people watching if you're crazy, rich, and happy? Are you a crazy, actual, literally crazy, but beyond the rich and happy? So are you crazy, rich, and happy? Is there supposed to be a comma between the crazy and the rich? Because that's what I'm thinking. Because for me, if I was a rich man, the last thing I would be doing is watching a video of a lowly black man speak about what is a make-believe God on the clouds with his wand, as people like you like to say. So before you badger me anymore, I would like for you to know that. No, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. If you wanted to see insanity, no. Listen. Don't block him. Do not block him. I promise I will unblock him if you block him. This is what I needed. He's been no. He's not trolling at all. Please don't take that the wrong way, Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray, how are you doing? This is lovely. This is lovely. This is lovely. You like to see insanity. Mr. Gray, have you been to grammar school? Do you know that it's improper to speak in third person, Mr. Gray? Unless you were speaking to a group of people in an outside reference? Did you understand that, Mr. Gray? As a rich person, as a crazy rich person, do you understand this gesture? Y'all, please, I have to do this. I feel good now. Oh, I feel good. No? Okay, I'm back to what I was saying, y'all. So look, this is why genetic constitution and the things of the such are so important, because they have so much substance. See, I could ask you what would drive a person to come here as Mr. Gray, right? And to be as they are. I could also even point out to you that Mr. Gray did not type that up and then send it just now. He waited for me to pick back up on my conversation. So that way he could seem as if to be an interaction of disruption, an agent of chaos, if you will. See, this is the problem with people, is that they don't understand that I get that their gene frequency, their genome sequence is not like mine. It doesn't even resemble mine. It's nowhere close to. Because I understand this factor, I can render to people, to the layman population, to the general population, such things. This is why, this is why, this is why I can say what I say. You see, now understand. Now understand something. Demetrius was in the Marine Corps at one point in time. Demetrius would never speak in third person unless he was trying to exude or stress a specific point. But Demetrius was told to speak in third person. This recruit, that recruit, these recruits. And it was to be so that way you were not an individual. You were part of a collective group. So you had no identity. So this is why I don't speak like that, because I am a person and I do have my own thoughts. This is why I am the way that I am, because I respect myself more than to speak about myself in a sense where in which I am not present. However, only a madman would waste his time trying to tell somebody such things. And only a person with the genetic frequency, the genome, the alleles that are all aligned for such a mindset to even be put into place is why this is even possible. One cannot grow straight yellow hair if they do not have the gene frequency pattern to do so. It is impossible. It will not happen. It will not manifest upon itself because it wants to. This is why I speak the way that I speak to you people. Because if I don't speak like this, if I don't talk in a mannerism where in which I say things like a biomolecular geneticist, where people don't even know that this kind of occupation exists, it is a real job. It is a real job where they study the minute parts of gene frequencies and genomes to try to better understand where in which they actually come from. This is how they understand that there are DNA sequences and frequencies that are not of the human genome, because none of the frequencies align with any of the patterns that they have been able to figure out of the human genome. See, when a person like this comes around, they only beckon me. They only make me be this man. And this man is a man who would rather not use vulgarities, profanities, if you will, to explain himself. Mr. Gray can be whatever he likes. Heart surgeons practice malpractice year in and year out, and they kill many of people. So when you say that you're a heart surgeon, I think that you are an assassin who chooses who he will seek to use his ability to save, and those whom he will kill and seek to make it seem as if he tried to save. However, since you're an assassin, we're not worried about you. All we're worried about is well, all I'm worried about, excuse me, is what I can do for my people. And my people are a special people, you see. My people are a people who do not like to listen, nor do they have the capacity all the time to put and to, you do whatever you want to. You do whatever you want to, Mr. Gray. That is your prerogative as a man and as an individual, and no one can stop you from doing this. However, as I was saying, to give rise to understand things such as a person's genome, which affects their physical appearance, which is their phenotype now, you see. So when you hear words like this come out of my mouth, is for me to explain to you the situation that you are facing. When I read to you what is supposed to be the Septuagint or the Holy Bible, these books that are contained within the book have characters. These characters come from a specific genus class. That means that they have a specific phenotype, a specific physical appearance. This cannot be ignored, nor can it be denied. So what this said is that if I am talking about a specific genus group or class of people, that means that this genus group or class of people, if it is carried on, it still looks the same to this day. They look a specific way to this day. And that is why that's important. You can do whatever you like to now, sister. I just needed y'all to see. But this is why I didn't want to, because when you block them, you delete everything that they say, right? And I don't want anybody to get wrong what I'm speaking on, because I need for people to see that they exist. I'm sure that Mr. Christian Gray here is maybe truly a heart surgeon who charges fortunes to his patients for him to do the job that he does. But sister, when you take him out of the game, what you do is you allow him now the ability to deny what he's done. This is why they do what they do. Now, I didn't want to say who I thought that really was, because I'm sure that's who I think it is. I cannot say to y'all right now who I think it is, for he knows that I know. And that tells me something, that I am very effective. We're winning this war, y'all. We're winning this war. Did he deny being an assassin, killing the people as he chooses and saving the lives of those that he chooses to save? No, he did not, because he's a murderer, and he's done as such, and he's killed people on accident and on purpose, and he saved some people on accident and on purpose. This is how it works. Surely you know this. Surely you know this. Surely you know that doctors, especially in a place like Washington State, have been, in the last 15 years, have been charged with all types of malpractice suits. However, that's neither here nor there. This is why it's important, my people. This is why it's important for you to know what you're up against. Once again, where did he come from? No idea. I have no idea. But if we block them all and delete them all, then everybody will not be, people won't always know that they were here. This is why I wanted him to get it off of his chest and to speak his words, because he is allowed to do that. This is the platform for him to do as such. I normally tell y'all, I don't believe in blocking people. I really don't, because if you have something to say it. And normally, because they're able to be a keyboard warrior, they're able to say things that are totally ignorant. But see, this is why the individual spoke the way that they spoke, so that way they could stress that they are special. He said he was crazy rich and happy. If he's so happy, then good for him. I'm not happy, and I'm not crazy rich. And my people aren't crazy rich, and nor are my people happy. So that just told me in so many ways he's not my people. Nor does he look like me, nor does he have a struggle that's similar to mine. But that's okay. because there's been many like him to come here and to say things that they'd like to say. You can't be my people and look like me and have a struggle like mine and then attempt to berate me by trying to make it seem as if your financial status or your mental status has made you superior. It's just inconceivable. It's unthinkable. Um, However, let me say this. This is why I talk about genetics so strongly and all these things so vehemently, because no one else is going to do it. No one else is going to tie together the Bible and genetics. They only come here whenever I'm talking about both things because it scares them that a single man has taken what are supposed to be two subjects that are diametrically opposed and he has married them together seamlessly. Excuse me. So, what can they say? What can they do? My people, I just want y'all to think, what could this lowly little black man be doing that would make a troll or a person who is not of the ilk want to even be bothered with what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense, does it? I'm about done though. This has been a very, very interesting night. Very interesting. Very fun chat too. Um, I think I think this has been good for many different causes and reasons. However, my people, I salute you. I love you very much. Thank you for your time. I appreciate all your participation. You guys out here taking them out, taking their trash asses out. I appreciate that to the most. I mean, you just have no idea. You saved me from myself tonight, and I think you guys are gonna save me from myself going forward. I love you. Peace out.